Hi guys, so I have been working recently, that's my bra, and I haven't had time to film a Q&A even though I said that I did. Trust me, I do that all the time. So now I'm getting ready for a date with Zach, and I'm going to be doing my makeup while doing a Q&A, so.
Hi guys, so as you can probably tell, the audio quality in this video sucks and you can't really understand me for the rest of the video, so I just decided to do a voiceover, and the audio quality still isn't that good, but it's better. So the first question is, how do you persuade your parents? And I totally struggled with this as well. I understand. My parents did not want me going on exchange, basically because I'd never really been away from them before, and I was going to this country that they weren't familiar with and living with strangers and all that jazz. So pretty much what I did was I let them know early on that I wanted to go, and I just kept on pushing them. So I just kept on explaining why I wanted to go, what the benefits were, like things like independence and learning responsibilities and things like that. And I just kept on talking about it, and eventually they realized how much I wanted to go. Another way that you can also convince them is if you get a part-time job and you start working to save up for the trip, they'll probably see how much you want to do it and hopefully maybe let you. It literally took me months to convince them, but eventually they let me. So yeah, definitely let your parents know ahead of time. So the next person had quite a few questions. Their name is Useless Trash Can, which is an incredible name. And so the first one is, do you still keep in contact with your Japanese friends? And honestly, not really. I kind of do. We kind of have that relationship where we talk once every few months, and we follow each other on Instagram and things like that, and we reply to each other's stories, but not really regular chatting. But I am meeting them when I go to Japan, so it's not like we're not friends anymore, but it's just we're leading different lives and things like that. And the second question is, what do you recommend for us to bring? And honestly, most things you can just buy over there, but obviously to save money, I would recommend lots of different clothes that you can style with each other, because when I went, I had the worst fashion sense in the entire world. I would go out in these really gross faded jeans and a sweater, and that's all that I went out in, and I had a few coats. But definitely, if you care about that stuff, bring cute clothes that can also work with each other, so you have different outfits. And for people with periods out there, if you use tampons, bring them, because in Japan they don't really sell them. They do, but they're not very common, so definitely bring those if you need them. Different pairs of shoes. So you'll need shoes for exercising or gym or whatever, school, going out, and also just warm boots in winter because of the snow and things like that. And also I would recommend bringing your own shampoo and conditioner if you are kind of pedantic about that stuff, because I realized that my host family's shampoo and conditioner didn't really work with my hair, and my hair kind of went crazy for a little bit. So definitely try to bring your own if you have crazy hair like me. And lastly, you definitely should bring a travel card with Japanese yen on it, but also cash, because they do mostly use cash over there, and you'll just need your travel card to get cash outside of ATMs and things like that. Sorry, I just ate, so I kind of burped for a bit, but yeah, those are probably the main things. The third question is, how do I make a good first impression? And honestly, just smile and be friendly and be willing to talk to people and go out of your way to talk to people as well. It's not too hard. It's just think about how someone would make a good first impression on you and just act that way. It's really easy to make a good first impression over there because everyone's really nice anyway. So yeah, just smile and be friendly. And number 4, do you still know Japanese? I mean, do you still speak it well? My Japanese was so bad when I was on exchange. I don't think people realize it if they don't know too much Japanese, but no, mine was really bad. I was making mistakes everywhere. And that's fine, I was learning, but my Japanese actually got better. So yes, I still know Japanese because I was learning it at school and things like that. So it's definitely better now. I can have more conversations with people, and yeah. Next up are Harry's questions. So his first one is, did you do Japanese in year 12? And yes, I did actually. If you're from New South Wales, I did continuous Japanese and extension Japanese, so that is a lot of Japanese. How old were you when you went on exchange? What year level? I went at the end of year 10 and before year 11, so I was 15 when I went, and then I turned 16 in Japan. And do you recommend SECE, or have you heard of any better companies for Aussies? Yeah, I would recommend SECE, I guess. There's not really any other companies that I know of that are as well known or popular as SECE. It's definitely trustworthy because it's such a big company, so yeah, I'd recommend going with them. There were a few weird things that happened, when we got to Japan we kind of didn't know what to do because that hadn't been organized properly, but it all turned out fine, nothing really bad happened or anything like that. So yeah, I think I would recommend them. Next question is very commonly asked, is exchange expensive? And yes, the short answer is yes, it is, but it depends on how you spend your money, which differentiates between it being expensive and really expensive. So you can save money by not really going out as much, not buying food out as much, and things like that. I know that my exchange to Japan was less expensive than other exchanges, but yeah, I think I spent around maybe 8,000 to 9,000 Australian dollars, which is quite a bit, but yeah. Vroom Vroom has a lot of questions. So the first one is, what city did you stay in? And I also get this question a lot, but I don't like to answer that just because of the privacy of my friends and host family in Japan. So yeah, sorry, I can't really answer that one. But second one is, did you have any say in choosing the school you went to? And no, not at all. I actually really did not want to go to my school because it was an all-girls school. And I even tried to change it. I asked my company if I could be transferred to a different school, and they said no. So no, I didn't have any say, but it ended up being fine anyway. 3 was making friends hard? No, not at all. It's really easy to make friends in Japan when you are a foreigner because people are really interested in you and what you're like and things like that. So it's definitely not hard at all. Did you have to do a little speech when entering the school? Yes, I did. That was really scary, but also it wasn't really because people don't even expect you. They don't really expect you to know that much Japanese anyway, and they'll be impressed with whatever little Japanese you know, so that's fine. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fluent do you think you have to be in Japanese to be able to understand things going on around you? Not that fluent. I wasn't really fluent in Japanese, and I understood what was going on maybe 2 weeks in. So maybe a 4 or a 5, I think. Any tips for studying Japanese? Yeah, I mean, just learn basic grammar structures beforehand, because that's really important, because then from then on you get to learn nouns and verbs and things like that, because you kind of catch on to what people are saying when you know the grammar structures. How long / how many months did it take for you to finally understand what was going on? 2 weeks, like I said. What age were you when you went on exchange? Already answered that. How long did you stay in Japan? 2 months. school life, how did Japanese schools work, and how are they run? It's very different to Australia. They started at like 8 and ended at 4. I know that a lot of people stayed behind after school for club activities as well. I remember there was like a 10-minute break between each class, which was really weird, and I can't remember how long each class was, but it was longer than Australia. And yeah, education, what do you learn at school as an exchange student? Literally like nothing because you don't understand anything, but that's okay. I didn't really miss out on content because I went in the summer holidays, but yes, I'm sure that you can get your school back home to send you work when you're in Japan, and will you have to keep yourself up to date with everything being taught? It depends on what grade you're in and when you're going. And thank you for taking the time to comment on my videos and watch them. Like, you don't need to apologize for asking so many questions, but yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, also you asked what age I would recommend you be if you want to go on exchange, and honestly you can just go whenever. Like I'd probably think the older the better, so maybe 15 or 16 or older, just because you'll appreciate it more the older you are. But honestly, it doesn't really matter too much. That's like a very personal thing. Francesca, oh, I don't know if that's how you say your name, I'm sorry, also asked a few questions. I'll only answer the ones that I haven't answered so far. So do you recommend AFS or any other traveling abroad programs for the US? I have no idea. A lot of people ask me about a lot of American programs, but I'm Australian, so I don't really know. Yeah, that's definitely something that you have to research yourself. How much money should you bring? It depends on how much you like to spend. So I brought maybe 2,000 Australian dollars, and I didn't spend all of it, but I also didn't like go crazy with money, so yeah, that's also a personal thing. Sorry. How did you learn Japanese? I learned it in school, so that really helped. But my biggest tip is probably just do a little bit every day or every couple of days, because you need to be consistent with languages. How did you get credits for school? Did you fall behind? I went in the holidays, so I didn't really need to do extra work or whatever. We don't have credits in Australia, so I'm not really sure. Is the studying really hard? Is it really rigorous? It's not if you're an exchange student, because they don't really expect you to do much because you don't understand what's going on. But for actual Japanese kids, yeah, it's pretty rigorous. They have to study a lot and do a lot of homework and things like that, and they have a lot of tests. So yeah. I'm really scared that I won't learn much stuff in school because I don't really know Japanese, so were you able to learn the material in school well? No, like I said before, I didn't understand anything, and that's okay. Like, it doesn't really matter. While during your classes you can just learn your own thing. Like, you can bring stuff from your home country and do that work if you want, because classes are really boring because you're not doing anything. So yeah, they'll give you something to do, but don't worry too much about that. And I'm really excited for you. I really hope that you get to go in your junior year. And yeah, let me know how it goes. Ella asked, how did you learn Japanese before and during exchange? And I already said how I learned it before, like just at school and stuff. But during exchange, I bought this book here, and it really helped because I would just like kind of learn the vocab and things like that during class, because I wouldn't do anything during class since I didn't know anything. And I just talked a lot. Like, I just went out and just talked constantly, and before I knew it, my Japanese improved. And she also asked about filming in school. So yes, you should ask for permission, because they can be really strict about things like that, which is why I couldn't film much of my school life, because I could only film on certain days. But yeah, definitely ask, and hopefully they'll let you. Like, they should be able to. let you maybe during lunch or something like that. But yes, ask.
Okay guys, this is the final look. So I added freckles and this lighting is better so you can see what I was doing. I added a lip from Colourpop and yeah, this is what I look like right now. So I'm going to go out on a date. This is what I'm wearing. And I don't know what shoes I'm gonna wear, but I'm gonna figure that out. And yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys later.